Ugh. Oh, what an evening. Let's see if people actually show up tonight. Hey, Eric. I'm actually going to be working on stuff tonight. Oh, I did forget to grab one thing. So, Eric, printed off this for someone the other day, today. Or I should say it finished today, and I got it cleaned up and glued together. Oh, got some parts coming in. What you uploading a video of there, Eric? So, parts finally came in for that semi-truck trailer. So this is the lifting mechanism, which I have to figure out how it gets installed. Hey, Jeff. How you doing tonight, Jeff? Oh, there goes something like that. I'm not sure how it's gonna go in the frame. I've got to look at my designs again and see how this goes in, but it's driven off this, nice. Oh, I did find ballast for you. Or a coal load for the, trains. Oh, let's open this up. So, tonight's episode, or I should say stream, besides showcasing the parts that came in for the semi-truck trailer that I'm working on, besides you can see the cab for that semi sitting right there. Um, the drive unit for this, and I've got to engineer some kind of drive shaft system for it, and probably put like a little like drill motor on it or something. But yeah, lasers parts and some Amazon transmission. sun gear. But tonight's episode, we are actually swapping axles on a project that I built for my dad, which is sitting down here. And these are fully aluminum with a lot of brass upgrades on them. So they're going to be beefier axles for him to add a little bit more low end weight to the truck for some better performance because it is a hard body. So, will do, Bill. Or Eric, sorry. So this is the Jeep I built my father to get him out exercising with the rest of us. Because he thought my trucks were kind of cool. He wanted a Jeep. Like, he actually wanted to go buy a Jeep Unlimited. So I built him this instead. Now, this has got some pretty trick setup stuff in it that I did to it to make it nice. It's rocking some 1.7 wheels that he won at East Coast Scale Challenge one year when I took him out there, and some Pitbull tires for a 1.55 stretched onto the 1.9, and it's a Raven Berserker tire. Or is it the Berserker? I can't remember anymore. I built this truck so many years ago. I don't remember what tires I put on this thing. Yes, it is the Berserkers. But you can see the tires fit nicely. Kind of has the right scale. This door loves to stay open, swing open. But this is on a pretty trick chassis. And I say pretty trick because it's guys up at GCM Racing up in Canada developed the chassis that's on this truck strictly for this body, the China JK Jeep body. Do I really need to take the body off it to swap out? To swap out the axles? Not really. But oh, I actually did take the screws out there. So I only have 2 screws that hold this body in place. Oh, didn't get it all the way. Yeah, Chris and Dana up at GCM Racing. I love those guys. Those guys are great. I remember the first time I met them, I was at East Coast Scale Challenge. I don't remember the exact year. It might have been 2017. Might have been the year 2017 when I went. But I went there. I, did the whole camping deal at Rose Point Park, which is in Pennsylvania. And so the trick, quit opening up 360. So believe it or not, the rear of the body is held on by the rear bumper. So you slide the rear bumper off, and the body comes off. And you can actually see I have Divorce coil springs to shocks on the rear, but just axial takeoff shocks on the front. And everything is up here, shoehorned underneath that hood. The winch controller, everything. So, eventually this truck will get a Holmes Hobby 2-in-1 system in it. But, he hasn't released them yet. I think it'd be perfect for this because it's literally still, his 2-in-1 is literally that size. So it should still perfectly fit in this truck. So, the GCM skeleton chassis It's designed, like I said, strictly for the China JK body. It uses an axial 3-gear transmission, and they supply the transfer case. And you can actually see it's dual outputted. Yeah, with the amount of crap there, it does look like a shoehorned a V8 in there. But you do have to make your own links for it. That's the one downside. But you can go on their website and get the files to 3D print the skids, as well as the mount system for the battery, to put the battery back here, because you can't fit it anywhere else in the chassis. And it has to use a small, like I can just barely fit one of my 2200 3S's in there. Oh yeah, I know, Bill. Oh, I totally forgot my wheel nut, because I gotta take the wheels off this thing. Oh, that's awesome. The hook came off the winch. Gotta put that back together. Did you guys all see the What's on the Bench video from Matt over at Scale Builders Guild last week? And you guys catch that? And Bill, because of the time change, I completely forgot about your Monday night, the flying, because I was going to fly with you guys, and completely forgot about it, because I got lost working on other stuff. Oh, wow. So you got your part 107 now. Very nice, Jeff. Congratulations. Ah. So, Bill, how's that transmission conversion going? Or you've not even bothered trying to do that toy grade? As you can tell, I still got the cough, guys. That's why there was no stream last week. Was literally I sat down at the computer to set up the stream, and I kid you not, for 10.5 minutes straight, all I did was cough, and could not stop for 10.5 minutes. I was not happy. Oh, Eric, what do you want me to do with all the takeoff crap from the that trail runner kit that comes in tomorrow? The factory wheels and tires and the body and stuff. Oh yeah, so am I, Eric. It sucks. So at least my cough not as bad. I get like one or two little and then I'm done. You know, I was actually surprised at how well these tires perform for what they were. Um, since this is a Class 0 truck. Oh yeah, Eric, you should see my parts bin of all the stuff, all the old takeoff stuff that I have. But yeah, these Pitbull tires have done really good. They're 3 point. Let's see here. They're a 395 tire. So they're just under 4 inches. I do have more parts on the way for one of my other trucks. I got some new Crawler Innovation outer foams for my my 2-stage tires. Foam setups that I have in my oh geez, what do I want to call it now? Oh, all my 155s. You want to go outside, little man? I got stuff on the printer going. And yeah, these are actually fully divorced. I do need to get different shocks or like reposition the shocks to get a little bit more flex out of the back of the truck. Wow, he drove it into some tall grass. Yeah, my parents got this for me for my for Christmas this year. No. Oh, this has been a lifesaver, saving my wrist. What did I do with my drivers now? There they are. So did everyone have a good week? So results came back from that test that I had done. Clean bill of health, people. On that part, anyways. They're still unsure on what's actually causing my problem, but on the 21st, I go in to get my gallbladder removed. So, not this coming Friday, but next Friday. So this truck, empty. Oh, I know how it is. So, Eric. So, Bill, I love the base. Like, I think the base camp's a good thing, but I just wish it actually came with the good transmission instead of the classic 3-gear transmission. Like, I wish you could get the base camp kit with the transmission with dig. Essentially, the So, getting back to what I was saying about the, so what I do with this axle, I think we'll do that. And it's much heavier. Yeah, like I said, built. It's a good kit. Me myself, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, because it did go up again. It's at the end of the day, it really is. Oh, that's right. It's threaded in the center. I forgot about that. Oh no. Oh, that's funny. Apparently, I squished in this side of the upright. Speaking of which, I got stuff about to finish up on my printer right now. Excuse me. This is not like having the metal rod end links. Well, I either gotta Dremel them out a little wider. Oh no, that's been pushed over. Yeah, so this horn has been pushed over a little, leaned over just enough to not allow the link in. The rod end does not fit. I did get new tick torch in for my welder. So now my arc captain is full multi-process. So now I can TIG, arc, and MIG with it. Granted, if I had enough money to buy an argon tank, which I don't, and I don't even know where to get a freaking argon tank around where I'm at anymore. The one welding supply place in the closest city to me closed. Yeah, I'm using one right now. I could use the Dremel, but I think the Dremel would be a little too loud. Yeah, screw it. I don't care. Dremel's coming out, but Dremel's back here. I did get a bunch of receivers in today, so I'll be actually able to have all of my trucks on one radio again. Yeah, because I'm all about supporting my local businesses, Eric. That's why I went ahead and just ordered that truck from my local hobby shop because they always look out for me. I look out for them. Oh, gotta go a little more. But before I go back over there, because I gotta walk back there anyways. So I use these Fly Sky 8-channel receivers in my trucks that require more than 4 channels. They're waterproof, one button bind for my Noble. And then they also have these little itty bitty 4-channel receivers. Yeah, I've got like 4 in that town. I got like 4 places to buy Sherwin-Williams paint. It's weird. But that's the size of the 4-channel receiver. Tiny little thing. You can mount it that way or that way. For crawlers, believe it or not, I actually like mounting it this way in my trucks. That way, if any, even though these are waterproof, any water that does get in them drains out. Or another trick that you can do to these things is you actually put a little drain hole in the side of the case at the very bottom with like a small drill or a pin. Get a pin hot and push it right in there. And I full-on submarined my trucks with these receivers. We're talking the water is above the roof of the RC truck. Yeah, I think what happened is that these axles is whoever installed them on the truck I took them off of Because these are actually off my 1.9 Wraith. But unfortunately, I'm kind of putting that thing back to stock because I might just be getting rid of it. As much as I don't want to get rid of the 1.9 Wraith because I actually really do like it. I do have some nice little upgrade parts on it, new shocks, and got them tuned right. But because all of my trucks I drive, like every truck that I have built, I drive. Oh, so going back, I showed you this earlier, Eric. This body was printed for the guy at my local hobby shop who wanted he owns this truck in real life, you know, 02, 2000 to 02 Silverado extended cab short bed, and he wants this for his TRX4M. So I printed it, but it's still 35 millimeters longer wheelbase than stock TRX4M. But if I would have scaled this body down so that the wheel arches fit within that 155 millimeter wheelbase that these things have, or the TRX4Ms have, the truck literally would have been like super narrow, way narrow, and the wheel wells would have been super tiny. It would have looked like one of those like basher monster trucks at that point. And well, I can't have that. Hey! Got it. Come on. Find the hole in the link. There it is. Oh. I really should do this part by hand. That's okay, I'm an idiot, guys. Oh, yeah. The bad thing is, like, I will admit this, though. That motor transmission setup that they have in those trucks and the Element is nice, but it's massive. It's huge for a motor transmission setup. I do love it because it's got the built-in overdrive for the front for off-roading. But oh yeah, and the side's gonna look good. I even went out, Ed or Eric, and got the red and clear transparent filaments, so I can actually print the lenses. Granted, kind of ran out of funds with being disabled, Eric, that I wasn't able to get the rest of the wasn't able to order the UV resin, the UV curable resin, transparent resin, that I was going to attempt a excuse me. I was going to attempt a new setup. A new experiment. So you take the liquid resin, clear the UV resin, and you put a couple drops on your 3D printed, your FBM 3D printed part, and then uh-oh, I forgot. Dee. I forgot the lockouts on this thing. I had them rotated up high so they didn't interfere. With the clearance on the motor. Damn, that's like cross-threaded into like crazy. What it feels like anyways. But I am gonna check this. The head on this screw is stripped. So I gotta get a new screw. To the trusty screw bin. There we go. In the bin that screw went. Yeah, I want to try to get this thing back up and running for this weekend. Because I'm going to try to see if the guys and my local guys want to get together and do some crawling. Or see if our local course area is open or not.
Starting next decimal. Narrator heading level 1. Goof exiting narrator.
I didn't activate shit. Computer just being weird again today. Oh, I had that resting on my keyboard. Oops. Damn. No, Bill, that's actually the cab for that semi I've been working on and off. Yeah, it's just that cab for that truck. I just got it sitting here because someone knocked the chassis over while we were rearranging the cabin yesterday, and I'm like, oh snap! I don't want this getting messed up, getting knocked over again. So I just stuck it over there on that because I don't use my driving simulator, so I'm not using my shifter, so it's just sitting on the shifter. Yeah, that truck's kind of on hiatus until my friend that commissioned me to build the truck and trailer pays me. Weather's actually been good. It was 70 something degrees out here today. I actually have the heater off back here right now. Not what the tool's intended for, but I don't care. Not that windy here. So what the hell are these? There's like these two screws right here, or what's left of screws, just chilling. There's no head on them. or that I can tell, there's no, because my, and I don't have my push pin out here anymore. Used to keep a little tack on my, desk. Hmm. Well, I might not be able to put this rear end in this thing. But yeah, it's two little screws right here and here. And just pivoting on that. They are pivoting. Hmm. The bad thing is, I don't think I have an Allen head small enough to get into that. Nah, whatever. Nice thing is I can always put the suspension back on it later. Or the coil spring setup anyways. Great. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Sorry, Bill. I gotta be careful with that rear suspension setup. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but can he go on for, almost all day? Oh, I did have some bad news yesterday, guys. Nice weather, so I went out and started working on started sanding the Suburban body. Do some more sanding on it to get it ready to do some painting today. While I was standing with my DA sander, I noticed a crack in one of my glue seams. So I ended up just saying, the hell with it, because one of that seam that seam that was broken or cracked was off anyways, like body wise, like the body had shifted while I was gluing it, so it wasn't exactly lined up properly anymore. So I just went ahead and took the whole thing apart. Just went ahead and snapped the rest of the way in half. It also had a print failure when I printed it in that same area on the roof. And while I was standing, I noticed that a couple of the sections had started flaking. So I wanted to reglue it anyways and fill that area. But that just means I have to do the body filler on it again. And just redo all my body work. So nothing like another, day added to that project. I think Mike didn't realize that I switched over to Wednesdays. Ah, I should have checked that beforehand. Gotta modify this one too. Yep, but this one it wasn't that bad. Alright, Eric. Catch you later, bud. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Actually, I may have to get some longer screws and just run. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. And just change the suspension a little bit here. Yeah, I pick up, Bill, I pick up, his kit tomorrow. His, trail runner that I get to start to build on. Hey, Jeff, you still here? You've been quiet. Or you go bounce over to, Josh and Matt's stream. Hold on here. And then I put my freaking hardware up. Oh, yes, it is, Bill. It is great having a hardware box. Especially with all of my nice K&K hardware in here. Stainless steel hardware. So nice. Speaking of which, I'm going to have to order some more. Even though I don't really need more, it's just nice to have. You know, Mike Kirby's always been nice to me, man, so I definitely support his hardware endeavor. Yes. Yes, Bill. So, the axles that were on this truck that I built, my dad built, were just axial AR-44 one piece, front and rear. It had, when I originally built it, I did built it with multi-piece axial AR-44s from like the builder's kit axles, but I kind of needed them for another project, aka no, believe it or not, the knuckle itself, the C-hub's brass, and that's and this right here is beef tubes C-hub, brass C-hub. But I think the steering knuckle itself, I think it's still aluminum, and the housings are aluminum. Nope. Longer screw. Because it just bit into the aluminum. And snapped and stripped the aluminum. The aluminum. I thought it was just going to be enough, but nope. They need to be longer. I thought 20s were gonna be enough. Looks like I gotta go to 25s. Sorry about that. Started having a coughing fit. Didn't need you guys hearing that. So, Bill, why'd you ask me about the base camp builder's kit? Or the base camp kit? Were you gonna maybe pick one up with taxi money this year? I guess Bill's lagging behind again. Didn't realize I asked him about it. Why he asked me about the base camp? Oh yeah, that added a bunch of weight. I probably just added a couple pounds to this truck. What the hell? Huh. By removing that. It's supposed to be in that bag. So, got new axles in. Yay! But I need to change my front and shock placement because I had to lower to clear the brass. I had to lower the shock to the same one of the link that we put on the like when we want to lower an axial truck because it is actual axles underneath this thing. So now I have to take these and lower them down. But this whole thing is set up for different length shocks. So there's holes everywhere. But I have to be careful because, well, there's a motor right here, and you can see how close that nut is already right up against it. So yeah, it definitely feels like I added a couple pounds to this truck. So this should be a better performer now, especially since it's all low weight now. Even though it was a really solid performer before, but now it should be even better. Oh, it would help if I'd had the right bit on there for the shocks. I might want to put a bigger pinion gear on here. So this truck is brushless. Or I mean brushed. This is actually the only brushed truck. Every other truck that I have is brushless. Oh wait, take it back. My mother's Bronco build, her Element Bronco build that I did for her, that is also brushed for right now. But this will be getting the new Holmes Hobby 2-in-1. And I'll be getting it when they release next month. Because it literally is that width. So it is the size of this, the whole unit, ESC and motor, is the size of a regular 540 can brushed motor. So it's not like the the Fusion system from her Hobby Wing, where it's a 540 motor, but then they add the ESC to the end of it. The home setup is that big. So that's why I'm telling people like, oh, I'm gonna go get a Fusion. Wait on a Fusion and get the homes when they come out. Because they come out, I think they're coming out with either 1800 kV or 2200 kV out the box. And they're 4S capable out the box. And Holmes Hobbies is made in America. Like his company is based in Missouri. So I'm gonna get one of those as soon as they come out. Like they do all their motor stuff in house at their factory in Missouri. But if I put a bigger pinion gear on this, that will allow me to slide the motor over a little bit more. No, actually I can't slide the motor over anymore. But I don't think I can get this nut. Oh, yay! That's why, Bill, all of my trucks, like my good trucks, are all switching from Castle systems, which are made in Lenexa, Kansas, by the way. They're from Lenexa, Kansas. Yep. So Castle Creation is based in Lenexa, Kansas. Or Olathe, Kansas. I can't remember now. All I know is I used to work right by them. I just can't remember what the damn little suburb right there in Kansas City, Kansas is. But this is the size of a Crawlmaster V3 ESC. And you pair that with this revolver motor, which that's the size of the motor. Compare. It's still smaller than that 540 can. And again, made in America. But if you've ever heard a revolver motor on a brushless setup, um, like on a Castle ESC, they are loud. Sounds like a turbo spooling up on a diesel. So, oh, that's what that electrical tape came from. I need that, and then flip it around this way, because I need to drop this shock down one hole. I was really sad though when Horizon um bought out Axial, because Axial at the time was an American company, and their stuff was made here in America. All done. Well, I gotta put new screws in these, but to put the lockouts back on right. And yes, hair tie holds the battery in this thing. And yes, I had to make an extension to get the battery lead from here all the way back to there. But yeah, I definitely added some more weight to this truck. But Bill, now that you can, you're back. Why'd you ask me about the base camp? My thoughts on the base camp? Okay. Like I said, I love Axial products. Like I would buy an Axial truck over say a TRX4 any day of the week. Granted, I'd have to get a straight axle Axial. You know, I don't like the portals. But if you're like, what are your goals, Bill? Like, you want to buy an RTR and have fun right out the box and have a solid performer that in reality you don't have to put much money in to make it really good. Oh yeah. That's kind of like why I built the four-wheel steer Wraith. Because I love four-wheel steer buggies. Granted, I'm still gonna put a new I'm still gonna 3D do that 3D printed body for the Wraith. But oh, but my first soda in a month. But if you want to go solid performer out the box, have you seen the Vanquish optic, the H10 optic, or even the VS410? Like, if you're gonna spend Capra money, I would go with like, here, let's do this for a little bit here since the project is over. I gotta move the chat out of that little window here so I can see it. Yeah, everyone does have it. What are you wanting to build though, Bill? That's the question. Do you want to recreate your 1965 or your 1960s, Chevy that you're building into a 4x4 truck? Then I'd recommend, a VS410 underneath it would be killer. Oh, wrong button. Oh, it did it again. Hold on. Move that out of the way. There we go. No, I'm not on Streamlabs. I'm using OBS. Original OBS. Because that's what I had my stuff set up as. Like, look at this, Bill. What do you think of that, Bill? Yeah, this is the VS. This is the optic from Vanquish, and for the same money, granted, this is the kit is, no electronics. Obviously, you put your own electronics in it, which End of the day, you're going to end up upgrading all the electronics in it anyways. But, er, yeah, I recommend one of these as the kit. And yes, they're kind of pricey for a kit, but that's what you're getting. Let's see, what do you got? Optic package increase that your delivery at random. You do not get to select the version you receive. The box has no indication of what you get. Which is kind of cool. Like that, I love that it's randomized. But then you get to pick your own wheels and tires. Yeah, I do like that green one. But that's the rarest one right there. Those are real carbon fiber panels on that one. Then you can just sticker it up the way you want it. But they're raw carbon. The Supra from Fast and Furious take, or their own take on it. But yeah, I do like that green. So you would need wheels and tires. You would need a steering servo. You would need a radio for this one. Now they do have this. And that's how you put the battery in it. On a side door like that. They do have these RTR as well. And then that's the transmission that you get. So you don't need any servos for that. But it comes with all the upgraded stuff in it. So you need a motor, ESC, and a steering servo. And then wheels and tires. Which in reality, even if you bought an RTR, like say you bought that base camp, for instance, I'd already tell you, yeah, he got lucky and got the carbon one, that bastard. Not saying Matt's a bastard, but you know what I mean. He's a great guy. Matt's a great guy. I talked to him, met him in person a couple times. I hope he comes to Beat the Creek this year. Because that'd be fun. But there's also the RTR. And look at the price of the RTR. You're at $430 for an RTR. And that's ready to go out the box. All you need is a battery and battery and you're good. Yeah, so this one, no, it's not even that much between the two. Yeah, so about another $230, depending on what wheels and tires you go with. Like, so wheels and tires for, so I have the receipt right here for Eric's truck build. Okay, and these are just parts that he wanted. Okay. So I have a set of wheels, $110 for a set of wheels. The tires are costing $70. Yep, 3/4S. It uses the same ESC that mine uses. $3S, sorry. Not $4S. This one's not $4S capable. But if you bought, like, say, a Homes Hobby ESC, like that Crawlmaster is only $70. Or, no, sorry, it went up. It's $85 right now. Or $86 for that. and it's a 4S ESC. And you pair it with a $75 revolver motor, because those are the highest torque density of any brushless motor, are actually his revolvers. And then you pair it with, like, say, an Ecotech 200 servo. So you're about you're 150 for ESC and motor. You're like another 65 for servo, and then another 180. So, or you spend kit price, or so you're 130 here. Still replace the steering servo. Versus, so a whopping $40 more for the RTR versus the kit. But the kit, the RTR only comes in this blue, the Sparko blue, or the Yamaha black and red. Or Yokohama black and red. So you either get this one or this one for 440 or 430 plus tax. And Eric got the RTR with the battery, so he $300 for the truck, his RTR that I'm building him, which is that Bronco back there. Did you see Matt's on what's on the bench, Bill? Where he did his the new builder's kit from Vanquish with that black International Scout body. I did get a set of those lights that he had on the front of it. Actually, I got 2 sets of them. I was gonna build these on stream too, or this other set of them, anyways. But it took me a little bit to find these things. But I like them because they're either clear or amber. They're the yellow lenses. Yeah, with radio ready to run. What? Yeah, do you see Matt's Vanquish build? Here, let's that one. That truck, Bill. I got those lights right there that he has on the bumper. And since you have a 3D printer, Bill, check out this, that's the other body you could do for the, you can print all this stuff for the, optic, the H10. So you have it look like that, if you wanted to. Oh god, no. I would not recommend a Red Cat Gen 8. No, Matt did this build. Yeah, but that's actually the bot. That's actually the origin, original body set. That's what that Scout 800 is. That's the body that Matt used. Yeah. Well, you can get it like that, or the half cab. Yeah. See, he put it on this kit, the new BS410 Portal Builders kit, which is, 400 bucks out the door. And it has all the upgrades for the transmission. Yeah, see, I don't have the Portal version. I have the straight version sitting back there that's going on that 69 GMC long bed that I'm building. And I'm putting the 69 long bed GMC body on. Why? You don't want to build a crawler? I'm just giving you options, my guy. Showing you one other than what Ryan would show. God, I love Ryan. So, show you how big that transmission is in that element. Yeah, you can see I had to re-glue this seam. It's good to also get other, besides just looking around, it's also good to get other people's feedback and input, Just relying on one isn't always the best. And I'm not saying anything bad on anybody, but, on anyone, but, talk around, you know? Ow. So here's the VS410. And I have it sitting on some Fun Country 155s instead of the 19s. And this was the portal. This was the Phoenix RTR straight axle truck. And I got the rear taken apart because I was trying to figure out how to make my 69 sit with this full drop bed over here. But since you can see that sticks up above the frame rail, I have to cut this out of the bed and section the bed, the center section of the bed here, to get it to sit clear. And then also put two holes in it so I can put my shock tower. I'm actually I'm gonna put a glazing coat of this on it. Hold on, let me get it. Cause that was high fill primer on it originally. To take the stuff off. But it's kind of expensive in a sense for what it is, but I'm using this as a glazing compound, or as a glazing thing on the body. This is brand new. This one I've been using. But it's only like $4 a container of it, so a tube of it. So it's not too bad. Let's see. So yeah. See, my cab is actually the GMC cab. It actually says GMC. It's being washed out because, well, it's a white body. And it actually does say GMC on it. But I'll do a light glazing coat on it, and then high fill sand primer, and then sand it smooth. But this is the body for the BS410. Nope, it shouldn't shrink. Like, this isn't gonna do anything. This body's actually printed out of what's called PLA Plus for the filament. So it's actually a little bit stronger than the Suburban body is. Then I'm going to take this to my local hobby shop tomorrow. This body here. And put a sticker on it, $100, someone take it. Just to get rid of this body so I can print the correct scale. Because this body was a little too narrow for the truck. So I had to fix that. It fit properly, but I want to be able to, when the truck flexes out, that that tucks a tire into the wheel well. And yes, I said flex on a leaf spring truck. So these are the lights here, kind of completed. Which they're kind of getting washed out, but they're, I got the amber lenses in, and they're actually fairly bright. For $21, I couldn't pass it up. And there's 4 of them. But I'll be, opening this up and desoldering this and just using how many I need. Pulling how many I need off it. It even comes with a light controller built in. or a light controller with them so you can switch them on and off. Hey, Fred. A little late to the party. I've already completed the work I was doing tonight. Was working on my father's Jeep here. Put some aluminum axles with brass on it. Changed out the one-piece axials that I had on it. You have a good night there, Fred. Actually, yeah, let's actually finish this thing. Yeah, I added about 1.5 pounds to it, or about 2 pounds to this truck. Then Fred, I was Fred. Then we were talking about Bill here wants to do a crawler this summer. So I was showing him all the Vanquish stuff. I know I shouldn't, it's bad influence. Showed him the optic and then the VS410. Ooh. Sounds fun. I gotta order some more incision parts. Ah. Hey, Fred, you do any TIG welding? So, alright, so Fred, just so you're aware, so you're gonna cut up the speed here. This is a GCM Racing Skeleton 2 chassis that's specifically designed for that good old $40 China JK body. And that door loves to pop open now. He rolled it one too many times. I have new doors to 3D print, tube doors, but I was waiting till I actually TIG welded up a cage for it. So I'll do a cage on it, then take the top off and off. So if he wants to run topless, he can run topless. If he wants to have the roof on it, he can run the roof on it. Oh, that's why the door doesn't stay closed anymore. He broke the latch. So that door will never stay closed now. And it's gonna flap in the breeze. Flappity flappity flap. I'll glue a magnet in there. But the funny thing about this is this actually it's held on by the bumper itself. Yes, it has a full interior. Complete with back seat. I still have a back seat in it. Which I totally should take the back seat out, but I don't feel like picking out the 6 screws to take out the back seat. Yep. Just one of these little magnets. Just a couple of those. Just drill a little hole down like the bottom of the trim here, and then put a hole here and stick it there and go boom, done. But you can see I can lift the back of the truck up, and all I did was put the back bumper on. See? The back bumper slides through the body. And then the front of the body still has 2 screws. But the chassis plate, like this chassis is designed strictly for this body. So it already actually has 2 machine screw holes in it that line up perfectly with screw holes in the body. But I think one of the screws didn't line up right. Yep, it missed it. It didn't find the hole thread. There's the hole. Hey, don't put any flour on it to find it. Yes, Fred, they are. But I love my magnets. Ta-da! She is all back together. But Fred, do you notice that? Yeah, divorce coil spring. Divorce coil spring and shock. Just like a real CJ. Or not CJ. JK? I think it's a JK Jeep. But yeah. This truck actually does really well. I'm gonna be really shocked at how well it's gonna improve with the new axles under it, with the new heavier axles under it. But yeah, see, Fred, I use 12-pound neodymium magnets on my bodies. So I buy these magnets, Fred. And that's what I use for my my trucks. Speaking of which, I do gotta order another set of these. Oh yeah, well here's why I said that they actually work. And I'm gonna switch back. Boom. So when this truck right here has its wheels and tires on it, this truck weighs 12 pounds. Alright? With the wheels and tires on it. I'm holding it by the freaking roof rack. Mm-hmm. Like, and you can see, like, I have to shake it a bit, and it finally pops off. But yeah, rare earth, here and here. So it's only 4 of them, plus the 4 on the bottom of the body. And then, uh-oh. It looks like the glue came off that. I gotta reglue that one. So I'm gonna do that so I don't lose it. Because that will stick up inside there and I will not get it out. Little trick. Put that on there. Reduces the magnetic strength. Ta-da! And it's back on again. Now mind you, that's only 3 magnets holding it. Three out of the 4. But yeah, this thing's taken tumbles and everything. But this has full 3D printed. So it's got full inner fenders that I 3D printed. It's got this back panel that I 3D printed. It has the raised center diff. It has an SSD aluminum diff housing, solid aluminum SSD rear axle. It has the gatekeeper trailing arms and sway bar on it because it freaking needed the sway bar. But yeah, it got a good bit of ground clearance upgrade just by swapping out the just by swapping the stock suspension mounts, front diff mounts to these that I 3D print. Which I haven't told Eric yet, but I'm debating if I'm going to put these on his build and give him a little bit more front diff ground clearance. Even though he doesn't need it because he's just going to be driving it around in the grass. Oh yeah, full underbody armor. But the reason why I have those rare earth magnets, magnet, there, and then the doors. You one there. Granted, nothing in that. I totally forgot. Do they spit? Ooh, what do we think, guys? 4 or 2? Or loaded up with 4 of them in here? Hey, good thing I got another set of them. Ha. I also have their he has a three light version. A 3 LED instead of this having, let's see, what, instead of having 7 LEDs, there's 7 LEDs on these boards. Actually, there's 9 LEDs, because there's actually an LED on each side. Here, I'll open these up and show you. Oh, the hell with that. I'll just do it this way. Hiya! Oh no, one of the boards came off already. Save me the trouble of having to snap it. Like everything you see on there's an LED. So you got the 7 big boys in the center, okay, and then even those 2 side are LEDs too. And yeah, but here's the next question, guys. Granted, I already know which way I'm going with it, and I really don't care. But yeah, and you have to build them. But amber or clear lens? I know that my freaking light above my desk is washing those out, so it's hard to see them. Oh yeah, with all 4 of them, they are bright. They are bright, even on receiver voltage. Because they run off receiver voltage. Because I haven't seen a voltage thing on these, what voltages I can run them on. Because they come with that. They come with a regular, like, receiver plug. Well, you can individually turn them on and off, Bill. That's the one downside to them. Like, it'd be cool, like, if I could sit there and switch between the 2. That's not a bad idea, Fred. I might try it just to see. Most I would go with the amber just because that already has amber fogs on it. Like in the bumper, I have amber. I have the yellow, the hella yellow lights in the bumper. But I wanted to do all ambers on that truck. Originally, like all of them, even the light bar on the top. I wanted all of it amber. Or I should say the yellow. But couldn't find the light bar across the top. And I gotta get a new light bar for the top anyways. That Pro Line one, they say it's 6S capable. I have it hooked up to my 3, or it's supposed to be 3S capable. It gets direct power from my battery, and it is like dim as shit when I compare it to my other light bars that run on 3S. Like, RC 4-wheel drive has a brighter freaking 3S power light bar, but it doesn't fit. So I'm kind of stuck with that light bar right now. So how much do you think I charged the dude for this 1/18 scale Silverado body? Take your guesses. Granted, I'm not doing any more of the finishing work. This is how the guy's getting it. Excuse me. That's what I charge for my 1/10 scale. Bill, my 1/10 scale bodies is 150. No. So, because the guy works at my local hobby shop, Bread, and he's a friend of mine, as like a good friend of mine, he hooks me up. Like, I go to the hobby shop. Like, I'll give an example. Yep, 3-piece print. It could have been one. It could have been a 2-piece print on my printer, but the way the guy had already sectioned the body, it was 3-piece. 40 bucks for it. The reason why is because A, it's the guy that works at my local hobby shop, and he does give me discount. Like, whenever I go to buy anything, I always get a discount on stuff. Like, I am getting this. When it releases. So I charged him 40 bucks. Essentially the cost of the filament and whatever tip he wanted to give me for my time printing it and gluing it together. Bill, some of the ladies on The Price is Right is, they're not bad looking, man. Alright, here we go, guys. I'm getting that when it releases from Tamiya next month. And I'm not paying that for it. Like, even if we could say we even go here, because they do finally have it listed. So, this is the price that you have to pay for it, okay? Normal person, that's their price. I'm getting it for much less. I'm getting it at cost. Because I already have this truck. I already have this Scania sitting inside my house. Or sitting inside the house. Because this is my cabin, obviously. And I paid after tax. I still paid less than that. I think I paid $521 for it. So I had $20 off for this truck. And I bought this truck to actually build it like that, anyways. But yeah, that's why the dude got a good deal. One, because he's my friend, I only charge people the filament. So whatever the cost of a roll of filament is what I charge them to print for him. There's only 2 people I do that for. Because the guy that who's my friend that I printed that for, yeah, that was a trade. So Bill, oh, see if it drifts. Oh, look, I'm right on top. I don't know why the hell's giving me an ad. So this is the local RC drift track. Wait for it. Asking, does it drift? There's your answer. And, that truck that was drifting in that video, there it is. There's the truck that was drifting in that video. With its normal tires, too, by the way. Yeah, it's right there. With the normal Tamiya hard rubber tires that come on it. So it wasn't even drift tires on it, like I have on all of those. But yeah, I run it on 3S and it's only a 1000 kV motor in that. So 1000 kV brushless revolver motor in it, like one of the very first Holmes Hobby revolvers that he ever came out with when they were still silver can. He hadn't even painted the cans black yet. But yeah, and it's of course, to me, a semi-trucks are all 3-speed transmissions. So it had the 3-speed transmission. I just leave it in high gear, put it in third gear, and just full throttle. No gyro or anything like I run with these cars. And, both rear axles are driven. And we're not even locked either. They're unlocked diffs. And I was out there sliding it around on that concrete track, on that painted concrete. But it was a joke. I just went out there and I drove the truck because I had the trailer and I had my drift cars on it, and that's what I drove around on the track. But when I was at the track and I gave the truck gas on the floor there, it would just spin the tires and not go anywhere. I'm like, hey, if it just spins out, does burnouts, I bet I can drift it. Sure as shit, I went out there and started drifting it on the track for the hell of it. Because that's the fun stuff we do. Like, I'm called the mad scientist for a reason. I'll make it drift. And I gave it to the dude that owns the shop, the track, and the hobby shop. And he put it into that big old rock. So he put it into this, he put it square on that rock right there. Just slammed it straight into it. And actually bent the mount, the cab mount. So the cab was the cockeyed. Because it bent that. And all I did was laugh my ass off. Not a care in the world. $1,000 truck smashed into a rock. I don't care. We're out there having fun. That's all that matters to me. But that pizza box looking thing right there, that's my new tick. That's my tick torch for my multi-unit welder, for my multi-process welder. So I'll be able to TIG weld. But granted, I don't have any gas because I'm too poor to afford gas bottle or the gas setup for my welder. Because I just been using it flux MIG or arc welding with it. But now I'm actually gonna try TIG. Oh, he rocked it straight. Like the first time as soon as he turned it into the corner, he was bam right into the rock, and I'm just like, he didn't get 5 seconds of driving the truck before he smashed it. And he looked at me like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, what? Have fun. That's the point. Take it, keep spinning it. Does it drive? Okay, good. Try it again. Just remember, there's no gyro on it. We tried to put a gyro in it, and the gyro freaked out. It just did not want to drive. You could not drive it straight with the gyro in it. So I took it off and just started counter steering it by the controller. Like how we used to drift rear-wheel drive stuff back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Let's see here. Yes, I don't have the rear run. All right, Bill. Have a good one. Yeah, so Eric got the same tires, but a different looking rim. And I'm going to trade him the beadlock rings that are on these for the beadlock rings on his. Because his wheels are coming with black beadlock rings. And he wants a full silver wheel. But I've already been going on for 2.5 hours, and usually it's only a 2-hour stream. But yeah, it's the whole change thing I was carrying on, because you showed up, Fred, so I stayed later. But I'm gonna go and call it here. You guys all have a good night. See you tomorrow night over on Ryan's stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed me BSing and wrenching on my dad's Jeep. So, you guys have a good one. No.